Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Firoozi. Thank you so much for coming to my talk, Pre-Construction and Beam. I'm so excited to be here with you this year. I'm gonna dive into a little bit about myself and the special focuses of a series channel, and then I'm gonna jump into a life cycle of buildings and modular construction. Then beam and pre-construction is the final part of the presentation. Uh, I'm really excited to jump quickly about myself. I'm an architect designer and BIM manager at Perlita Oman, and I've studied architecture in undergraduate school. I got the opportunity to work at some large firms and special projects, and I started journey building information modeling in 2017, and now as a manager and designer. Uh, a serious channel is the first part of my presentation. According to McKinsey's sustainability statistic presented in 2023, the building environment accounts for 14.4 metric gigatons of CO2 equivalents, GTCO2e, of emissions around the world annually that you can see in this picture. Approximately 26% of all GHG emissions and 37% of combustion-related emissions come from the construction and operation of the building environment. Emissions come from all phases of the construction process, from carbon intensive material production process and suboptimal technology choice to inefficient building designers, construction practices, and energy use after projects are completed. These emissions can be grouped into operational emissions related to operating and maintaining buildings and structures, and embodied emissions related to reducing and transporting building materials and construction buildings and structures. Next part is life cycle of building. One of our most important deficiencies in the construction industry is the lack of sufficient progress in the production of basic materials for the main structure of the building, which has always used concrete and steel, which itself causes a lot of pollution and a lot of water consumption for their construction. Although in countries such as America and Canada, the use of wood materials is used as one of the alternative materials in this industry for low hire or prefabricated modular buildings. It can be said that the abundance of wood is not of the same in all countries, so it cannot be mentioned as a widely used material or one of the options to reduce dependence on concrete and steel. The construction industry, in its dominant type, is that the building remains fixed in its place after construction, and people use it for many years and try to renew and renovate parts of it over time and try to keep it alive. Buildings are destroyed to build a new building or for many other reasons, and during these destruction, we see the waste of many materials along with the production of a lot of pollution. Modular construction is another part. I can say about it that in this year after World War, many countries reduce the need for housing production, and in the post-COVID era, when countries could not start construction for a year, building modular houses was one of the solution to reduce the deficient in housing was introduced. During these years, a trend called modular construction emerged, where units are built in specific types and dimensions. Since then, we have witnessed the story of building of lofty height and use its other type of buildings. If we look at geometry and architecture of these types of buildings, we see monotony and soullessness in these types of buildings. And perhaps one of the most important reasons is the lack of proper and adequate reception of these types of buildings. On the other hand, in order to have this type of buildings, it is necessary to build on-site foundations and some auxiliary parts of their construction, which leads to the production of pollution in those parts. Uh, Today, in automotive industry, by producing cars made of carbon or elasticity, the industry has taken a big step toward replacing new materials in car bodies, which, if compared to construction industry, is like replacing the basic building materials. Over the year, we have always witnessed unfortunate events such as war, the natural disasters, and in the post-war era or that natural disaster, the reconstruction and construction of that city or country require huge costs and a lot of time, which can be attributed to the lack of suitable progress in the field of construction. To clarify this issue, an example can be given. Suppose that in a city with a pollution of 1 million people, all of whom individually have a residential unit and a car, and now they have an earthquake and their buildings and all their cars are destroyed. To compensate for this damage, construction and automotive companies have inspired this city to meet their housing and car needs. It can be seen that the supply of cars to the people of this city with variety and the latest technologies take place with a few days, while their housing is provided. It will take months and years, which shows the lack of progress in this industry. In another example, we can talk about the aircraft industry. Today, wealthy countries are competing with each other in the aviation fleet sector, and they order the newest plans from the aircraft manufacturing companies, and after a few years they sell them to another countries, and by newer plans. Countries with a lower income level buy these plans, and after a few years, they sell them to other countries, and this cycle continues till the decision is made to demolish the plane, and during these years, its parts are replaced with new parts. Now suppose that this process happened in the construction industry. The building with all its components is completely prefabricated and used throughout the beam process. After a few years, according to the new needs of the building, instead of demolishing it using the planes and the beam process in which the building is recorded from design to implementation and operation, all the parts can be separated, planned, and updated. The plans in a new trend of beam were sold and moved to other countries that wanted it. In this way, in addition to earning money from the sale of that building, the buying country saves a lot of money by paying a lower price than the similar construction. And in this cycle, continues today by using beam knowledge. All the sectors involved in construction industry can be covered, and by bringing together members from different sectors, we advance projects in all dimensions. As BEAM is involved from the beginning of the project in the way of planning and arrangements and rotation of information based on the ISO 19615 standard and other ISOs. So it is possible to have a complete source of information for each project that is involved in the maturity and cycle of beam, and this information is always updated. At the stage when there is a need to sell and relocate the building, coordination is made with a BIM team from the very beginning, and the project information is provided to them, and they manage this process to open it, to assemble it in the new place, and even design changes are made according to the culture of that new era, and its information is updated. Thank you so much to watch me.